Now I'm just doing this to myself. You know. That's the thing. This run happened a week ago, so over a week ago now. Yeah, over a week ago. Dang, took me that long to get settled and everything. So there we go. But this run happened. Technically, it happened July 1st, technically, because it happened at like 2 a.m. or something. Is that GDQ in the casual room? This is a recording of it. That was a nice first wave, got everything I need there. Tara and Ben going to work. Okay. Ben actually killed most of the orbs there, so I can't complain too much about that. And 45 orbs, yeah, that's really good. That's a strong start. I just put the controller over here so I won't touch or mess with the recording in any way. Don't want to be screwing that up somehow. Because I just know for a fact I'll find a way to screw it up. Like, I know myself way too well when it comes to these things. And I'm really slow on that initial movement. I shouldn't be adjusting my command deck like at the start there. There's really no reason to. And it slows down the dodges, because adjusting that actually eats dodges. So like, that's a couple seconds I don't need to be losing. And come on down here. That path's fine. Got long camera, which is cool looking at least. Nothing else, but it's cool looking. Why am I dropping dodge rolls? I've dropped a couple cartwheels here already, which is not quite like me. That's usually one thing I'm pretty good at. So yeah, that menu's fine. Menu's fine. By the way, the aspect ratio is slightly messed up. I think that's because I had to change the aspect ratio to fit the monitor I was playing on at the time, and now that I'm back home and I've switched the aspect ratio again, it looks weird. So that's just best Jackar? No, it's not. Okay. So he went that way. That's kinda rare. I mean, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing really wrong with that, and that's a 340 Jack, which is really good, so... Can't complain too much about that. It's just annoying when he goes that way, because that's just not the way I'm used to him going. But that's why you have to continue attacking the scrappers as if he's not just going to give you the free win. So, pretty close to an ideal pumpkin. get away from combos or anything ridiculous. 427 is very good. Anything sub 430 is very good. Also, minus 6.9, nice. Gotta get the middle school jokes out at some point. And this is weird, I don't know what to do with my hands, because like they're not on a controller. I have to put the controller somewhere else. So this is weird. Not used to this. But, you know, means nice chill stream, right? That's fine. I don't really know if that movement's the best way I can do that movement. I feel like I can do that better, but not by a lot. So I could have waited to get the full Spellweaver there, but I've died too many times trying to do that, so I just played safe. Which is perfectly reasonable. Oh my goodness. That jump's so laggy. I hate that jump. It's not a hard jump, but like, sometimes it decides not to work, and other times like that it works, and it's really, really laggy. Not the biggest fan, to say the least. Menu's fine. I paused for half a second at the start, but otherwise that's fine. These are the type of things that are easy to overanalyze when you're looking back at a run, that you just don't worry about when you're in the middle of it. Got the flood. Cool. So, I remember this fight being just fine. I mean, there's really not much in time difference when it comes to this fight. It either goes well and you're good, or it doesn't and you feel bad. Okay, so I'm par with PB, so that's fine then. What about the fake PB I was running up against? Yeah, ahead of that, which means it's really good. The fake PB I was going up against had a really, really good early game. I don't know why I'm still calling these splits PB, because what we're watching right now is PB, but what, you know, whatever. It works. Cartwheel, 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 cartwheel. Fun times. It gets so annoying. I think Aqua's the worst when it comes to that. Because like Vens and Terras I don't even think about. But Aqua's, I just hear the Those menus are fine. Moogle's a little slow. I screwed up the magnets a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Good movement. Nice, easy. Nothing to worry about. Entered at 9:01, which is very good pace. If you can enter there around 9 minutes and like you're good to go, usually you enter at like 9:10 to 20. Okay, so I think one goon Okay, the one goon got caught by the magnet there, and Philip will take care of that other one, so this setup's good. And I think I just, yeah, a couple hits there. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. I played it a tiny bit slow at the very beginning to make sure I got all the goons there, but that's perfectly fine. Was that too close for the slide dash? I think that was fine. I think it was okay. Okay, super fun times. Both of them came over, that's nice. So that's very nice. Simple, easy, nothing ridiculous going on. Alright, that's a good first room. I mean, the two goons at the start came to me, which is ideal. And the other wave was pretty decent. Got some good movement there too. Got pegged, which is an out. That was a 10:55, Jesus. 11, I get 11 or 11:02. That where that animation plays like every time. Okay, so good. Very good goons. Those were excellent goons. Nothing really went wrong there. And got the sliding dash crank. That were really good. 11:30 whatever when that cutscene plays. Really good. I should probably say I know the final time because I did time this when I ran it a week ago. But I don't know any of the splits. I only knew the 4:27 and then I treated it like a no reset and then I saw the end time. That's all I know. So I got the CP I needed there, which is good. Nothing silly going on. Did this run get 2? So it got nothing on the first throw. But it got 2 on the second throw. Okay, that more than makes up for it. I got 1,000,000 fire dashes, which is something. I think I kept that in mind and sold them. But yeah, throwing it twice kinda sucks, but the fact that I got 2 means it was well worth it. I didn't have a choice, but you know, that's beside the point. Clean menu. So she's stomping at the start, which is usually fine. And everything's hitting so far, so... I played it safe with the magnet, which is slightly slower technically, but isn't a big deal. She should refire here, and I'm out in plenty of time. So this is a good, clean fight. If you get out of the Spellweaver when she's, like, right when she's doing the fire breathing, it's a clean fight, like, 90% of the time. Okay, so it lost time to PB because PB's Enchanted Minion was just that insane. But 1350, holy crap. 1350 is nuts. The bottom, you see them saving 6, that's compared to the fake splits I was going up against, which were only like 5 seconds off world record. at that time, so... Yeah, my Enchanted Dominion in PB was mental, and I kept up with that, which is pretty nuts. Okay, so played it safe on the levels, got my pulsing, which that was a weight off my shoulders, let me tell you. Really stressful losing good paced runs from not getting a pulsing drop. Like, that is stressful stuff. So, Mickey's really trying to do stuff here, isn't he? He killed a couple floods there, and he killed a flood there. Okay, Mickey. Mickey's really getting involved. And I got a fleeting drop? Really? I always get it when I don't need it. Yeah, but that's a fine fight. The one bird didn't quite get caught in the magnet, so it took a couple extra seconds to deal with it, but that's perfectly fine. So, get my million fleetings, which is something. So many fire dashes, that makes menuing so weird. I dealt with it fine. Dealt with it just fine in the end. So, this fight. This fight. This fight's usually free, but it's caused a couple things. Wait, I didn't get the... Oh, what? I should have died. I threw that magnet out there in desperation to get the Spellweaver. I should have died. Like, most of the time I just get the Spellweaver there, and I don't really have to worry about it. But I should have died. Also, he's being really nice here. That part isn't nice. I played that a bit too passive. I mean, he let all the Spellweaver hit, though, which is really nice. And then Ice Barrage will get me there. Almost. That was a clean fight. That was a clean fight. Most of this time save you see, though, isn't from the fight itself. It's from the fact that I skipped the fleeting chest. Well, also my Radiant Garden in PB was terrible. I had like 2 really bad splits in PB. The Radiant Garden and the Venitas too. Those 2 were both bad. Everything else was really good. So that was a clean Trinity Armor. I should have died. This run should not have happened. I should have died right there. Why did I pop a magnet instead of just running away and blocking? That is nonsense. Well, I guess Rebel has his Lucifer BS and I have my Trinity Armor BS. I mean, we take those. Yeah, compared to the splits I was going up against, 13, the splits I was going up against were really good. Like, early game. First magnet, cool. So, fight's free. Nothing ridiculous to deal with. And nice, clean, easy fight. Nothing ridiculous there. But I just want to put this in perspective, right? The splits I'm showing you, these world record splits, are really, really good. It's hard to overstate how good the splits I'm going up against are, and 20 seconds ahead is silly. How am I against Sum of Best? I'm only 15 behind Sum of Best, halfway through the run. That's nuts. Only 15 seconds of mistakes. That is incredibly nuts. Like, the early game of this run is insanity. Like, that is actual insanity. Beating that would be absurd. Like, beating the 1735 Trinity Armor would be basically insane. So, strong early game. Let's see where some time losses hit, because I know they hit. In Force Fight was fine. There's not a lot to say about it. It's one of my favorite Force Fights, but there's not a lot to say about it. So... I'm playing it safe, all the way in the corner. That's fair, considering I just lost some runs. Oh, I went up really aggressively. Yeah, because they're all being really docile, so... I played that really well when I went up. Oh my goodness, I didn't grab the health. What am I doing? What am I doing? I made the right play coming up when I did, but I made that Monka S when I didn't need to. Getting caught in this is not great. Gonna get hit there, but there's orbs. Gonna hit there, but we're still good. Played a bit safe with the barrier, and now we should be good. Oh my goodness, so they were really docile at the start, and then they got really aggro with only a few left. Yeah, this is a pretty bad gotcha take that. 5 seconds to PB, 13 to best. Or no, 10 seconds to PB, 13 to best. Okay. 5 seconds to fake splits. Okay. I mean, that's understandable. That was not a good fight, but there's not a heck of a lot you can do about it. Okay, didn't get hit. Got hit there, which is actually fine. You lose a bit of time for it, but you don't die. Those two alone won't kill you, typically. It's very rare. Okay, Heist Barrage did its job. One Flood is alive, which is usually fine. I caught one of them. There's the other. Clean fight. That's pretty close to an ideal fight. That's kind of what you want to see. So, back out. Do all the jellyfish things. Check against best segments. So, only 15 seconds of mistakes from early game, and then I instantly get another, 15, 16, 17. I can't do basic math. That's another 15, 18 seconds. If I can do basic math right. Yeah, because that's what that means at the bottom, idiot. 18 seconds of mistakes in this run are just gotcha take that, and there's nothing I can really do about that. That fight kind of just is what it is. So, you know, it's hard to complain. Okay, this is all looking good. Screwed up the thunder a tiny bit. That's not a big loss. And perfect magnet placement. Good fight. Two good force fights to start this. That movement was a bit strange, but fine. I'm expecting a pretty silly time save in this early game. Or not early game, in this mid-game split, because I just do a lot of force fights better than I did them in PB. Like, the main place I would say I improved from when I got my PB a while ago to when I got this run was these force fights. I got a lot more comfortable with them. Well, I got a lot better at early game too. Early games just consistently getting sub 14 enchanted dominions is nuts. So I'd say those are the two spots I actively improved. Like, the rest of it's a bit of RNG, and mostly stuff I was already pretty good at. Extra pulsing for the lulls. Don't need it, but hey. That's slightly scary, but I don't think I've died to that guy in Aqua. I died to him in Terra before. Multiple times. He's pretty scary. So, good 10 rounds, nothing going wrong there. That's all how you want to see it. I did sell the fire dashes. I actually sold the Mind Square. I mean, you can do that. Nothing's stopping you. That wasn't the fastest menu in the world, but it was nice how I was able to adapt to my stuff and be able to just move less. Like, I could have made it much snappier if I just went with my instincts initially, not thought too hard about it, but I was still able to not move all that much in that menu, so that helps it move along at a pretty good pace. This menu's fine so far. Okay, that's a solid menu. Those two menus, like back to back, are the hardest menus in this run, and it's not really close, so that's just kind of one of those things. So, Fruit Ball, this will be the time that, if anyone watching has any questions or anything about literally anything, I'll try to entertain you that way. It's 2.5 minutes of this. There's nothing for me to analyze. The boots are actually putting up a fight. And Aqua makes a sword to send her lead to 4-2. The Grave's going in, then the boots it. So Aqua can't get there, and it's time behind Aqua. We don't know where it is. Aqua's preoccupied with the apple, but she scores that to make the 5-2. And she's going to get the third. The boot's broken up, and now it's going everywhere. The boot scored one. The Boots just scored 3 goals out of nowhere. It's a 1-goal game. I don't know where this is going on. What in the heck is happening right now? It's 8-7. Still 2 minutes left. Aqua trying to clutch this back and make it clean. In a nice easy game like it's supposed to be. It's 9-7 with 2 minutes left. Made that 10-7. Aqua keeping her composure. Able to do the volleyball motion without much going on. Able to make it a nice, comfortable 5-goal cushion again. And it looks like Aqua will finally be able to breathe a little bit, although I wouldn't recommend putting down a controller yet. 5-goal leads can disappear pretty quickly with these AI when you just do nothing about it. Okay, we're good. It's not close anymore. I don't need to do that place. And that was scary at the start there, though. Those boots were trying to make it interesting. Yeah, now I just put the controller down, it looks like. See, to reenact what I was doing, I put the controller down, I went to the far side of the room, because I was sitting... It's a long room, like long ways, not wide. Like long, probably 10 yards or so. 10, 15 yards. So I was going... so I left my TV to go all the way towards the entrance, because I was near the back where the window was. I went towards the entrance to get a glass of water. Like, they have water set up at the event everywhere, in plastic cups and everything, so you can... just keep hydration happy while you do that. And so I went over and did that nice and slowly, and over there I'm just telling myself, breathe, don't worry about it, I don't know, this run's okay, I don't know how good it is, I'm not paying attention to times or anything, just breathe, do what you have to do. You know, don't get too antsy about it. That was pretty much the pep talk that was going on when I grabbed water. I also kind of had to pee, and I was still drinking water, so I guess there's that. Why did I leave that in there? That's going to be in a world record fund. Oh my... It's perfect. We'll leave it in as is. Anyway, that was nearly a gold split. That's really, really good. I've only gotten a sub-32 Disney Town time like 2 or 3 times. It's insane when you can get a 31 Disney Town. Like, that's actual insanity. Like, very, very, very good. 23 ahead of the fake splits, 16 ahead of PB. Gantu, what are you doing? What in the... That is weird. Okay. So, I ran away from Gantu, because the way Gantu's AI works is if you get a certain distance away, he's supposed to do the shooting attack again. So he charged, I did that, and... Was it Stitch bouncing around that ruined that? And me being close to Stitch? I'm not sure. Or maybe I was too far away? I'm not sure. But Gantu decided not to shoot and just went into little asshole mode there. That was strange. That's not how that fight's supposed to go. How about you, Zach? Are you going to go the way you're supposed to go? Good for a Spellweaver. It always looks scary when you go for the Spellweaver there, but it's safe, it's consistent. That's basically perfect. I don't know how you can make that faster. Like, I'm not sure you can make that much faster, so I guess perfection? Is this perfection? I don't know what perfection is anymore. Hey, this fight I actually remember, because this fight was stressful. I believe I got bad RNG this run. Yeah, bad RNG. So I did what you have to, which is hit him around. I managed to catch him and get him close to Ice Titan, so that's pretty good. I'm going over to this leg to try to draw him with me, which I did, which is good. He didn't DM, which is great. I lost him. Uh-oh, he went flying away. Ice Titan's not dead anyway, though. So... praying he won't DM. That was very lucky. He was coming over to me there. I'm positive Hades was going to DM me right there when he was coming over. So, 8 seconds, that's going to be about 5 to Gantu. Yeah, it's probably about between 3 and 5 to Gantu and the rest is Hades. Something like that, because it was 3 Spellweavers, but I played that really well. So, oh, oops. I was going for sliding dash movement. I was hitting the shortcut button to get the Fabra, and then I was hitting R2 to get down the sliding dash, and it ate one of those inputs, so rip movement. That's a couple second time loss. That's honestly the biggest mistake that's happened in this run. I think that is the biggest single mistake that happened in this run. Actually, I think Vanitas might be worse. But, like, that's one of the worst mistakes in this run, which is saying a lot about how good the run is. So, coming up on Venitas 2, which is one of the big time saves in PB. PB lost 19 seconds to him, I think. Something like that. So, movement there is fine, other than the Fabra. Not a great menu, but that menu is always kind of wonky. Like, you can't practice that menu, because the commands are in different places every time, because of all the drops and whatnot, so it's just a weird iffy menu that you can't do a lot with. Okay, so Venitas. I did my dodge roll thing. Sometimes you can dodge the intentional hit, which is extra nice. So there's 1, he's being kind of mean. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's being pretty mean. 5. 6. He's being really mean. 7. 8. 9. The magnet hit. Other than that, he was really mean. Like, that was not very good RNG, but you can see the time save I had there from PB. 7 seconds off my best there, which... couple seconds for the movement, and about 5 seconds of Vanitas trolling. That sounds about right. So 27 ahead of PB now. 41 ahead of these fake splits, which is... God, these fake splits are something, let me tell you. Let me tell you. They were something else. Hardest world in the game. Super hard. Hope I don't lose time to this super hard world that is super hard. Woof! Made it. That world's hard, guys. I mean, totally. It is. Like, come on now. And so, movement time. The only point I ever looked at my phone was I unlocked my phone after the break fight. So I knew coming out of the break fight that this run was in really good shape. Also, the fact that the in-game timer was still at 39. The in-game timer being at 39 told me this was on really good pace. Because keep in mind the in-game timer's 23 seconds. Usually at least 23 seconds ahead of RTA. Maybe because of the 23 seconds at the start, maybe a little more because I paused there. So the fact that it was still at 39 told me this run's kinda ridiculous. Like, I knew I was on good pace going into these fights, basically. Defeat break, okay. Got hit, that's a rip. That's one ripperoni. So 1, 2 going away, not ideal. Actually, that's perfectly fine, assuming you get the charge, which... That's nice, so I can build it up with these hits, which means, yeah, good fight. Getting only 2 is good. How many did I get on the ground? Only 1. That's a really solid fight. Him only shooting 3 times and you're good is, like... The only real way to speed that fight up is to, have him shoot at you less. So, there's that. Alrighty. Hey, Venitas. So, how did you cut me this run? That's the question. So, fine, dandy. No swirl went out of that. He's attacking Mickey. Dive. That took a while. Where's the damage? Half my Spellweaver went off, and he took no damage. I've never seen that before. And then he just immune through Ignite, which is kind of funny. And now he's not letting me block him to heal. Okay. So this is really, really bad, to be frank. I'm just praying I get enough damage that I can maybe use one Spellweaver to kill, but unlikely. Instant dive, okay, that's really good. Because he can troll and run around and be really mean at the end there. At least he didn't do that. Okay, this is bad. First Spellweaver needed. I just went for it. And got it. That's really what happened there, is I went for it and I got it. Like, there's no other way to put it. It should not take 4 Spellweavers to kill him there. I got very lucky that he dived immediately after he started screwing with me. I'll pause it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I got lucky I dodged it, so, like... Got lucky that after he went in the middle, he dived immediately instead of running around and digging me more. I was very close to 3 Spellweavers killing him anyway. So... That was a really weird fight. I do not much understand what happened. But, 26-second PB, nearly 27-second PB. That's nuts.